In this video, we're going to take a look at the Focus feature on the ELAC Discovery Music Server. The Focus feature was designed to make it very easy for you to narrow down a large collection and find the content that you want to listen to at that moment. By simply clicking on the Focus icon up here in the upper left, you're presented with a menu down at the bottom that shows your content in a few different ways. It shows it by the year that it was released, by the genre that it falls into, by the album type, whether it's a soundtrack, a main release, a single, and a few other ways if it's a bootleg or a compilation. There's a few other ways you can look at your content here we'll talk about in a minute. First, let's take a look at the years icon. By clicking on this, you can see that I'm presented with a graph here that shows all of your content in your library by the year that it was released. So if you're in the mood for music from the 80s, if you click on the 80s icon here, you can see my background graphic is now focused in on 47 pieces of content out of the 460 that are from 1980 to 1989. If you want to narrow it down even further, you can drag over this bar here and say I've got 1985 to 1989. We'll click off this, you can see the actual screen here. So I have 19 albums in my library that were released from 1985 to 1989. As well, if you want to remove content or not see the content that was released from those years, simply by clicking on this again, the content from 1985 to 1989 is now removed from this current view. So now that content will no longer be in that view. By clicking on the reset icon here, you're now presented with all your content again, your entire library. We'll click on the Focus icon again, and we'll take a look at genres. By clicking on genres, you can now see here's all your content organized by its genre format. If we're in the mood for country music, we click on the country here. You can see that my library is now narrowed down to the 7 albums that fall into the country genre. It's a really easy way to find exactly what you're looking for. We'll go ahead and click reset again here. Click on Focus, and we'll scroll over here to the right. One of the, I think, key advantages of this is, especially with people that have larger libraries where you've got a mixture of standard res content and high res content, is finding that high resolution content. If you go over here and click on the Format section, you're presented with your entire library again, but how it was recorded, what the sampling rate is, and also what the format is. So if you only want to listen to 192K content, you click on that, and your content is narrowed down to only display content that was recorded in that format. We'll go ahead and disable this. Or if I want to listen to content that's only available on Tidal, I can do that as well. And the last feature we'll talk about as part of the Focus features is the inspector. If you have content that's available on a NAS device from Tidal or on a thumb drive, by clicking on the storage locations, which is a feature I commonly use, allows me to narrow down my content that way. So you can see here by clicking here, I will only see content that's actually coming from my network attached storage device. If I click on the Tidal library, I would only see content that's part of content streaming from Tidal. And if I had a thumb drive or a USB hard drive plugged in, I would see that as well, so I can narrow down the album view just to look at content from that storage location. So there you have it for the Focus feature on the ELAC Discovery Music Server. There's obviously more you can do with this feature, so we suggest you take a look around and play with it and have fun with your new music server.